Welcome to Urbandale's Highlight Spotlight on Business. I'm Janice Wisnan, Membership Director of the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce. Today we have a couple special guests with us to start with, and I'm going to introduce both John Liebl and Alicia Maxwell, and they are with Maxwell Liebl. And let's hear a little bit. So tell me, welcome. Thank you for coming.
Well, Janice, thank you very much for having us here. Appreciate that. And I guess since Maxwell is leading the name of the business, we should start with you.
Oh, well, welcome, Alicia.
Well, thank you for having us.
So how did you decide to become a Urbandale Chamber of Commerce member?
You know, we've heard really good things about the chamber and that it's one of the best in the country. And so we knew that obviously interacting with other people and getting to know other people in the business world is helpful for our business. So it's really a smart thing to do. So,
well, welcome. We're glad to have you as
Yeah.
a new member. And so how did you start your business?
Oh, gosh. Great question. Both Alicia and I have worked a number of years, decades now, I guess, in each of us, both in our past career and even careers before that. We've always been in advertising and marketing. We've always loved the marketing angle. And more than anything, it's been about the relationships that we've been able to form and develop with a lot of our clients. And gosh, after about 10 or 11 months of soul searching and planning and talking it out, and we realized that there was a good connection there. Alicia has skills and strengths that I don't have, and we came together as a great partnership and decided to take the plunge last summer, summer of 2014, and it's been great since.
Now, have you worked together before in the past?
Yep.
Okay.
We were actually almost cube mates.
Were you?
So yes, we worked in the same company together.
How is John so lucky to get you?
You know, I question that every day.
So do I. Can I say that? So do I.
Absolutely. So tell me where you're located at.
We're in Urbandale.
Okay.
We're in the Timmons Kroll Jacobson accounting professionals business. It's 104th and Hickman, basically. I think right off of New York Avenue. And actually, we were really excited when we had narrowed in on that office location. I think I said to you, "Hey, the Urbandale Chamber is great, and we'll need to become part of the Urbandale Chamber if we do choose this office." And here we are.
Excellent. So your website is www.maxwellliebl.com.
That's correct,
Okay.
yes. And there are 3 L's in there. It's a little tricky there.
3 L's
Yes,
on the
yes.
website.
2 to end her name, 1 to begin
He's
mine.
got it up now. So it's www.maxwell with 2 L's, and then Liebl is with an L at the beginning and at the end.com.
Right.
And phone number is the general phone number, the 778-8533.
That's actually my cell phone. General
Okay.
office phone number is 515-421-4030, but we can be accessed, I think, more times than anything on our cell phone, to be honest.
Absolutely.
Okay. So tell me, what's your passion?
Oh gosh,
We're going to you, Alicia.
one of the biggest reasons that we felt so inclined to begin this business is because we really feel for our clients, actually, you know, we really understand what they go through in terms of all of the overwhelming choices that there are in marketing and what do you choose over what, and if you have X amount of budget, how do you spend it the most appropriate ways. And so we're really passionate about helping them and then taking some time off of their plate and putting it on ours, of course, so that they can be freed up to run their businesses.
The tagline for our business that you'll see is smart, creative, sound strategy. And that's really important with the approach that we've tried to take with a lot of our clients is having really good, strong, creative messaging. Creative that tugs at the emotional heartstrings a little bit, that tells the information in a fun and unique way, maybe does a little bit of a storytelling aspect to it. So we really put a lot of emphasis and passion behind the creative, and that kind of leads to being more passionate about the marketing from both our perspective and our clients and how the audience receives it.
So who's your customer? What's an ideal customer?
Typically, it's anybody that is overwhelmed by marketing choices that are out there, as Alicia had kind of touched on. We have a wide variety of accounts from businesses that have 1 or 2 employees to businesses that have 10, 15, 20 and beyond. Even upwards of 100 employees. It's just a matter of where is the business proprietor, the chief marketing decision maker, where are they at in their lives? If they're overwhelmed, if he or she is too busy or doesn't know where to go with what direction or doesn't know how to manage a budget, then we try and step in there and help them out and see if we can kind of simplify that process for them.
John, when you talk about anybody that's overwhelmed, that can be a lot of people. I hear marketing is a very volatile. You don't know where to go. You don't know what
Absolutely.
direction. So what you can do is you can really get it kind of in one direction. Do you start, tell me how, if you were sitting down with me, Alicia, how would you start? What type of questions would you want to know from me?
We really just try to learn more about your business and really find out what maybe you've done in the past that has worked, what you haven't done that you've wanted to try. And then we really look at what are the big things that really work for people and just in general, and really kind of thread a lot of that through the marketing goals that we build with you.
Okay. So, John, who's your competition then?
Competition? Boy, that's a good question. I feel like there's enough business to go around out there that there's not competition. We're certainly not as large as some of the big, wonderful agencies that are in this market. There are a ton of them, and they're very good. We don't really work with anybody on the national level too much, more so on the regional aspect of that. There's a lot of other smaller agencies too. So we're dedicated. This is a full-time operation for us. We're happy with where we're at, but we envision growth at that sense, but competition-wise, not really. We love to work together with other agencies. In fact, often get together and kind of confer on things with other advertising agencies similar in size with us, and just talk about the market, talk about what we're hearing out there from the media landscape of things. And we think that's important to know what's going out there and to know what other people are seeing and hearing to better help our clients with their needs.
Excellent. So somewhere along the line, someone had to pull you aside and really be that mentor, be that person of influence for you. John, who do you say, who is that person
My
for
business
you?
partner is sitting right across from me.
Excellent. Alicia, that's quite the compliment.
I think that's a stretch. I think he had lots of influences prior to me that probably made a bigger impact.
No, I think we can both answer that a couple different ways. My father has been a tremendous influence in my life. He's been in marketing, of course, ever since I knew him when I first came into this world. And I always joke with people that I got an unfair start in life because I knew from a very early age that I wanted to follow in Dad's footsteps. And so I always sit there and tell people that, when you come home from school and you're sitting around the dinner table with Mom and Dad and, well, how was school today? What'd you do? I couldn't wait to finish that answer so I could say to my dad, well, hey, what'd you do in your world today? And tell me some of those stories from his world. So he's been not only my best friend, but my tremendous influence in my life from that perspective. And we've had other good solid advice from a lot of other people in the field. Certainly, as I mentioned when I answered your competition question, other advertising agencies have served as mentors and guidance for us to kind of help us get started out there as well.
Alicia, I'd ask you, but now that John really set the bar high, you're going to have to say that it was him that was that person of influence.
True, absolutely. That goes without saying. But I would have to say, honestly, that I've had a lot of mentors as well, just as John has. But I think probably the person who speaks to me the most, in my ear every once in a while, is my dad. He was an entrepreneur himself, and I really enjoyed growing up in that environment as a child, and just the good, hardworking, ethical background that is threaded throughout everything that we do. I mean, I think a lot of it comes back to that. So as long as you're hardworking and you try everything you need to try and you don't say no to yourself and you just keep your ethics in mind the entire time, then I think that you can succeed about anything. So
some really good, solid advice.
Yeah.
So are you readers?
I love podcasts. Actually, I listen to a lot of podcasts or watch a lot of little short podcasts, that sort of thing. But I love anything on financial advice. I love anything on growing your business or learning more about our industry. It changes all the time, and so it's really nice to keep up on some of the new things that are out there. So, and that's a great way for me to do it. It's something I can plug in when I'm at the gym, and I can listen to it when I'm at the gym and catch up there, or I can watch it at the end of the night. I fall asleep really easily when I read a book, so those seem to work best for me.
John, does she work 100% of the time? Nonstop?
Oh my gosh, my email at night. If I get an email past 8 o'clock at night, there's usually a pretty good chance it's from Alicia. But while she's up at night emailing, I'm up early in the morning emailing. When do you turn off working?
Every once in a while.
Every once in a while, right, exactly.
I have two children, so I need to turn off for them. So.
Are you a reader, John?
I do like to read and stay up on the latest industrial trends. There's so many different things out there. And you mentioned earlier that marketing is volatile. And it is. And there's always the next big thing and the next great wave and the next big idea that it's going to be. And we're even kind of in marketing transitioning out of this big data world to a big content world. And that's been kind of interesting to read about and to follow. And as we've launched our advertising agency, it's been neat to follow those trends and read those stories. And content is really something that we focused on early when we launched our advertising agency. So to kind of start seeing this national momentum be more about the story, and more about the emotion and more about the content as opposed to the numbers and the metrics, I welcome that. I like that quite a bit.
Excellent. Alicia, you have 2?
Yes, 2 children.
All right. So when you do shut down, what do you like to do?
Anything they love to do. You know, my daughter and I love putting puzzles together. My son loves anything that's energetic and wears me out. We regularly go to the gym and we love doing things physical together too, outside, riding bikes, whatever. So doing that with my kids is always my number one thing.
How old are they?
6 and 8.
6 and 8.
Yeah.
So they do keep you busy.
They do keep me
Any
very
fur
busy.
babies at home that go along with that? Any
No,
coaches or
no.
anything?
Unfortunately, I grew up very allergic to animals, so that's something that has been kind of crossed out from the list in our household. So,
John, that got a pretty good laugh out of you.
Oh, well, yes,
Thinking
yes.
about that.
I'm trying to think. The last time I invited you over to our house for dinner, I had to put the cat away in order to accommodate those pet allergies. So, yes, we have the fur baby.
You have the-
Skips is her name.
Skip skips.
Yes.
There's
indeed.
got to be a story behind that also.
You know, my wife is an educator. She's a principal in the Oskaloosa Community School District and loves reading to her students. I mean, she did when she was a teacher and instructional coach, and of course now as a principal. And one of the series of books that she's always had a great time to reading to her students and to kids was the Skippy John Jones series of books, and she does this great accent. I would try to do it right now, but I won't live up to it. I can promise you that. So as it happened, one of the grandmothers of one of her students brought in a Siamese cat one day that looked just like Skippy John Jones. Now, despite the fact that our cat is female and Skippy John Jones is male, because she looked enough like Skippy John Jones, she's now known as Skip Skips.
Excellent. Anybody else at home other than
Our daughter, Jaya, yes, she's 5 years old. She is a bundle of energy and joy and enthusiasm, and our pastime and hobby is keeping up with her, for darn sure.
So you said that you're an early riser?
Yeah, absolutely.
right.
Yeah, 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:15 in the morning. Yeah, I love it. Is
My
that crazy? Yeah, I was going to say your eyes kind of like, whoa, popped up there a little bit. But
That's
yeah,
about
no.
the time I'm starting to sleep really well.
No,
I'm more of a night person too.
Yeah. Both my wife and I, we've been early risers, and our daughter Jaya is an early riser as well. Usually by 5:30, 5:15 in the morning, she's up and ready to go for the day.
So, if you had the opportunity to have dinner with anybody that you wanted, dead, live, deceased,
it's a good question. Really is a good question.
any thoughts?
I think that I would probably pick Walt Disney because I think he is a genius. I love him tapping into anything that makes things magical for kids. And I think just how thoroughly he thought of every piece of that world is just amazing to me.
That puzzle that you
Yes.
like to do with
Yes.
your
Yeah.
children. Absolutely. So, what's one thing that you want to make sure that you get across to people as to what makes your business different, unique, special, and your passion?
Boy, great question. We begin that approach with really trying to dive deep and understand what each of our clients is about. And we know you look up and down our client roster, and there is so much diversity. And it's been easy, I think, and been welcoming to get to know them on a much more personal level and a deeper level, and really find out what is it that they want to do. And if you can sit there, and we'd probably ask that same question and that same ideal approach, and then when they give us this, we'd kind of help them narrow it down to that and really execute that marketing plan from that side of things. There's really nothing we won't do in that sense as far as getting to know things or finding out what they want to do from a marketing perspective or how they want to tell their story. We'll just kind of help them put it into words that make sense from a marketing aspect.
All right. Well, tell me again, Alicia, how can we contact you?
You can reach out to either one of us at our first names at maxwellliebl.com. So Alicia or John at maxwellliebl.com.
No H in that, John.
Right, exactly, JON. Or you can call us at 515-421-4030.
Excellent. Well, thank you both for being my guest
Thank
today.
you.
Thank you for the time.
And this is Spotlight on Business for the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce. Thanks for being with us today. And I'm Janice Wissenand. And remember, at the Chamber, Tuesdays are special. Stop by any Tuesday, 9 a.m. We'll have the coffee on. And stop by and get all your questions answered about Chamber membership, the different activities to get involved in, committees. There's just a lot of different things. We want to make sure that we're honing it down to make sure that it's successful for you and your membership is a happy experience. So again, thanks for joining us today.